Hey, what's up? It's your girl, aka Aisha BK Mom. It's serious out here. Let me tell you something. I'm always doing my hair, so if I look a little weird, I'm always doing something different. Always. But let's jump right into the meat and potatoes of the video. You know, I'm always driving and doing videos, which is weird. Don't judge me, y'all. On the highway, on top of that, right? And plus, it is like what, 4th of July, so it ain't like crowded out this joint. For real, it really isn't. But let's jump right into what's going on. Okay, so let's address the elephant in the room. All these celebrities that so-called Diddy friend or acquaintance with Diddy or social associates, and you know, first of all, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Every time I seen Puffy, I never, ever. Now, mind you, I met Puff Daddy back in 1995, and that's real life. You can clock that. I could get all my schoolmates to clock that. It was Puffy, 112. They came to my high school. That's when 112 first came out. And they first hit single, Mount Vernon, New York, Stand Up was good. And all honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got DMX that was born in Mount Vernon. You got Styles P that was born in Mount Vernon. I know they be claiming Yonkers all day. And plus, I lived in Yonkers, 354, 358. You know what I'm saying? Winnie Young. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story. You got Denzel Washington, Mount Vernon, New York. You got the Gus Williams, the Williams brothers, played for the Knicks back in the 80s, Mount Vernon. The list goes on. You know what I'm saying? DMX, Mount Vernon, New York, born in Mount Vernon. You know what I'm saying? Puff Daddy, born in Mount Vernon. I'm born in Mount Vernon. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that, and plus Ben Gordon, born in Mount Vernon. You know what I'm saying? Basketball player. So it's a lot of stars that came out of little ass Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon is Westchester County, the back of the Bronx, the Bronx backyard. I graduated, honestly, I was held back because I missed 1 grade. I was skipping school, but not like that. But yeah, it's fucked up. It is what it is. I graduated in 2000. But yeah, I was supposed to graduate in 99. But I'll never forget it. I was in 9th grade. My cousin was in 10th grade. And then I had a cousin that was in 11. I had a cousin that was in 12. It was all of us. We was out there. And so it was senior skip day prom. Senior skip day for the seniors. Juniors, they didn't give in my high school, they didn't give proms for 11th grades. But you do get a prom for 8th grades. Okay? Because you're going into high school. In New York, you go to school from Head Start or kindergarten, whatever you want to call it, all the way to 6th grade. You get a graduation, and then you go 7th, 8th. You don't get see certain parts of New York, like where I'm from, Mount Vernon, you don't get a graduation for 8th grade to go to high school. Now, if you in Yonkers, you get a graduation to go to high school. And so, but in Mount Vernon, where I'm from, only 4 square mile, little ass Mount Vernon, you go first. I mean, it's first to the 6th, or kindergarten to the 6th, and then, you know what I'm saying, then they got Head Start for 3 and 4. Then they go kindergarten, because I went to Head Start. Head Start is actually 3 and 4 years old. And then after that, you go to kindergarten, which is start at 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, all the way to 11 years old is 6th grade. Then once you turn 12, like I said, we don't do no graduation. You go to 7th grade and 8th grade. And then after that, I mean, yeah, you got graduation 6th grade, and then 7th and 8th, you don't have no graduation. You just get promoted. Well, you just pass your classes, go to that school. Go to high school. And where I'm from, it's only 2 middle schools, 11 elementary schools, and 1 high school. All 11 elementary schools go to them 2 middle schools, and then after that you go to high school. Now the max of people that goes to my high school, well, went to my high school, I believe it was like altogether like 3,000 or 3,500 or something like that max. Y'all can quote me if I'm wrong, whatever. Now, when I graduate in 2000, it was only 399 of us that graduate. And everybody was standing up in the center like, oh, y'all could have gave that extra seat to somebody else, whatever. But that's another story, another day, another story, whatever. So, it was senior cut day for seniors. And I think they went to Six Flags Great Adventures, right? I think that was in either Connecticut or Jersey. Don't quote me. I can't remember. I don't want to talk about my age, but and I remember I was in 9th grade and my cousin was 10th grade, and so they was like, yeah, all the freshmen and sophomores report to the auditorium, whatever, right? Report to the auditorium, whatever. They got special guests, right? So, mind you, at this time, I had no idea who the fuck 112 was. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody in there seemed to know who the fuck 112 was and Puff Daddy. And I'm sitting up there like, I don't know these motherfuckers. Like, I just went along with it, get along. like I just got to started dancing, this or that, whatever. Now, mind you, fuck that. I'm from the projects, bitch. Yes, I'm from the projects. And no, my projects, it was actually called Lemson Towers. And we only had 10 floors, okay? So, and Puff Daddy, like I said, I met him in 95. And I also met 112. And I remember that me and my homegirl, Chanel Rembert, shout out to Chanel, my right hand. I haven't seen her in years, whatever, but yo, we friends on Facebook or what have you. And she asked the question. She was like, you know, like, because they had a microphone in the middle and everybody was getting up asking questions, right? And so she said, hey, you know, well, how did your families feel? I remember this shit like it was yesterday, okay? She's like, how did your families feel when y'all made it? And this and that, congratulations, whatever. And, you know, if I was just sitting there, like, he was all young. And I was like, oh, my God, I think, oh, my God. Now, at that time, I don't know how old he was. And mind you, I was only 15. And so, damn. Puffy 112, that was young. You know what I mean? They were young. So, I mean, come on, 95, baby. 95. We ain't, 2025. So, we talk about like, woo. Let's do some math here. 25. 15. Oh, God. Wait a minute. 25, 2005, 2015. Oh, God. Okay, woo! We talking about 30 years ago, bitch. Yep. Bam! 30 years ago. Oh, shit. We talking about 30 years ago, okay? Yes. Because I was 14. And, you know, and they sung that song with, oh, yeah, that's what it was. 112 was there. And from my understanding, everybody in the audience, all of us 9th and 10th graders, like I said, I didn't know nothing about Puff Daddy. I didn't know nothing about 112. I damn sure didn't know nothing about Biggie. No, I did. I knew about Biggie. And I believe Biggie was on that record. He was on that 112 record, I think. He was. I think he was rapping on that record, right? And everybody, I remember everybody kept saying, "Where's Biggie? Was it Biggie Smalls at the time, or B.I.G. or whatever, or whatever?" I can't, because once they transferred, their names started to change, and just like back in my day, we know him as Puff Daddy / y'all might know him as P. Diddy / Brother Love and whatever. We know it's Puff Daddy, okay? That's my era. So and over the years, name kept changing. P. Diddy, they dropped the P to Diddy. Now it's Brother Love and girl. And so I just remember he's kind of young, starting out, whatever. And he was answering mainly all the questions. Everybody was asking, and once I was just sitting there on the stage, they all had the chairs up there on the stage, and they was quiet. They really, Puffy, it was weird, because I'm like, bro, you in the auditorium, it's already dark in this bitch, and you got motherfucking shades on, bitch. Yo, so that's when my first introduction of P. Diddy in 112. I knew about Biggie because I'm going to come back with part 2. That's another story. I'm definitely going to come back with part 2. But long story short, what I want to say is, these people that are so-called Puffy friends and all that stuff, what I'm trying to get to is that, to be quite frankly honest with you, every time I seen videos and pictures and internet posts or whatever of Puff Daddy surround himself around, Tom Cruise and, the white parties. He's always been a party person. We know this. And, back in the day when Wendy Williams was on Hot 97, she always put him on blast, like him being at the gay clubs and this and that and third. And so he got her fired from Hot 97 for putting his business out there. And then after that, she went to WBLS. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother story within itself. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Wendy. And anybody's from New York, we already know. But I'm going to get into that. Stay tuned. Part 2. I'm at work. I got to clock in. Okay? But, yeah, that's what it is. I'm going to get into part 2, like I said. And, but here's what I'm trying to say. All the videos and all the people that he had at his parties, I done seen. Shout out to Van Diesel at his party on a big old boat yacht. And it's true what they say. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. That is fucking true, okay? I used to be around Heavy D and the boys and all that. Yo, I was around that fucking era. You know what I'm saying? Used to come to 4th Street Park. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Heavy D. And when I seen all of them entwined with each other, together, this or that, Kim Porter, I knew these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, real life. Al B. Shaw, I knew all of them. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know them, but I've been around. I've been in the studios. I've been at Uptown Records. You know what I'm saying? I've been at Bad Boy, this and that, and third. I've been hanging out with the Locks and all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole... this is real life shit. Because anybody from Yonkers and Mount Ray, we know. You know what I'm saying? We motherfucking know. We out here. So, when I see all that, he out there and dancing or whatever, to me, it was always smoke and mirrors. Because Sean Combs that I know, that went to motherfucking Mount St. Michael's, and you know what I'm saying, in the Bronx, all boys school, you know what I'm saying, was always a loner. He didn't walk down 3rd Street and 4th Street, all that stuff like that. He always stayed to himself. He always got drove this or that. You know what I'm saying? He was a nerdy person. Now to think about it, like, I didn't really know him until 1995. But my older brother, that is 54, you know what I'm saying, and my uncle, all them old cats that was around his age, they actually knew him. You know what I'm saying? They actually knew his sister. They actually knew his mother. You know what I'm saying? They actually knew these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So, all them motherfuckers hanging out, Jay-Z, this and that, the third. I've never looked at them people and be like, oh, they cool. Like, they might have been associates, guilty by association, just because they all work together in that industry, but I never seen now one of them as motherfucking friends. Break bread. I know a picture is worth 1,000 words, but please read in between the lines. I've never in my life look at a picture like, oh, he cool with that person, cool with that person, cool with this. I never seen it. Because this is a person is a loner. They say he's always been dolo. He's never had any friends, yo. People that actually know him. And this is coming from the source because I was there. Even with him being in the industry, he was still lonely. He always had people surrounding him because it was a lonely childhood, lonely teenagers, you know what I'm saying? Lonely, they're adulting up to this now. He don't trust no. If you don't know what Scorpio, I'm not a Scorpio, but if you know anything about astrology and stuff like that, it just has a hell of a play in it. You know what I'm saying? And me, I'm a Virgo, and me being a Virgo, Libra came and separate Virgo and Scorpio, because on the dark side, Virgo can be actually a Scorpio. So I understand and I know exactly what he is actually going through. That Scorpion energy runs motherfucking deep. And I'm gonna come back with part 2, like I said, but we gonna get right into it because I got stories to tell. I'll holler.